Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Roderick Langston. I am an educator by day, educator by night, and I work extremely hard on making sure that we're supported for the now and the future when it comes to education. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about human-centered AI in education and how we can support educators without replacing them. Again, my name is Roderick Langston, Dr. Roderick Langston. I am a proud graduate of the Fort Valley State University, Kennesaw State University, and the University of Georgia. I've spent over 13 years in education, serving as a teacher, as a academic coach, and as a leader in administration. And I've seen how these resources can be utilized in suburban contexts and an urban context. And so we want to make sure that we are prepared for the now and the future. Join me as I present on human-centered AI in education on this webinar where you will have an opportunity to pull out resources that could best support you. All right. Again, as I said, I want to welcome you all here. This is a extremely important topic. Things that I want to discuss with you all. Welcome again, welcome everyone. I'm glad that you're here. And today is intentionally not about becoming an AI expert. It's about learning how to use AI ethically and effectively in your role as an educator or leader. Some of you are already experimenting with AI. Others of you are curious, cautious, and maybe unsure. Wherever you are, that's exactly where this conversation is designed to meet you. Our goal today is simple: to move you from uncertainty to clarity, from clarity to confidence with those next steps. Throughout this session, I want to keep you and one guiding question on your mind. Where could AI save you some time? So let's get started. Today is intentionally not about becoming an AI expert, as I mentioned. It's about learning how to use AI ethically and effectively in your role as an educator. So, what matters most today is that you leave with these three C's: clarity, confidence, and concrete next steps. We'll explore how AI can amplify and impact your work without diminishing your relational, professional heart of education. Because at the end of the day, AI is a tool and you are the expert. So, why this conversation matter? AI is already here. Some educators are using it confidently, while others are struggling to identify where does it fit. The real risk is the danger isn't AI itself, it's the unintentional use of guidance, ethics, and alignment to our instructional practices. So the opportunity where it presents itself is that when it's used thoughtfully, AI can reduce burnout, it can support equity, and strengthen teaching and leadership. So when we talk about AI in education, we start with the truth. Context matters. That's right. The role you serve and the community in which you serve shape how AI should be used. A classroom teacher's need is different from that of an assistant principal's. A district leader's needs and responsibilities are different from a support staff. So AI must support the work that people are actually doing. So throughout this session, we will look at practical, role-specific, human-centered, equity-driven practices that will help you serve those who are close to you. What this session is not, it's not a tech tutorial or a software demo. It's not to give you strategies that you can use tomorrow, but it's nothing that you have to do a extreme amount of research on. And this is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's not. AI adoption should be intentional, not reactionary. This session provides you a framework to make informed choices. Now, let's be clear about something that matters deeply to me. AI will never replace an educator because what changes a child's life is not an algorithm, it's a human being seeing them. I've worked in schools where students came in carrying far more than backpacks. They've carried trauma, instability, doubt, and sometimes the belief that school wasn't even for them. What made the difference wasn't a program or a tool, it was an educator who noticed when they were quieter than usual, who stayed after school to listen, who believed in the child before they believed in themselves. AI can help us plan lessons, it can help us organize information, it can help us save time. But what AI cannot do is read a room. It cannot feel the weight of a student's silence. It cannot build trust, inspire hope, or even change the trajectory of a life. AI doesn't replace educators. It protects their time so they can do more of the work that only humans can do, which is build relationships, create belonging, and lead with heart. And if we ever forget that, we've missed the point entirely. Technology may evolve, but the power of a great educator is timeless. So when we talk about the human-centered AI framework, we want to deal with a system that helps us support that of who does the work, right? We want to make sure that we are doing something that could be cycled through thoroughly, in which creates a system. Like, what is the system that we're utilizing? So we want to make sure that we look at play, Pleie, pronounce play is where we look and we identify people first. Who are the educators? Who are the students that remain at the center of every decision that's being made? Next, we want to look at the leadership oversight. What are clear policies and professional learning to ensure the coherence of how this resource is utilized? Equity driven. AI must reduce and not widen the opportunity gap. Is this resource instructionally aligned? What are the tools to support pedagogy? Not replace it, but what can support those ideas? And ethical guardrails, privacy, transparency, and accountability. How are these things used to support the learning that's being taken place? AI is a thought partner. It helps you brainstorm, refine ideas, and see new angles on how to support the work that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. It is a drafting assistant. It can create first drafts that help shape and personalize your messages. It can help organize your thoughts. It could help lesson plan, provide strategies for differentiation. It could support your letter going out to the staff, your policies, procedures to refine what that message is that you're trying to relate within that context. And it can help be a supporting planning tool, organizing information and suggest structures that can help organize it to reach your targeted audience. What AI is not. It is not a decision maker. You retain full professional judgment and authority. It is not a relationship builder. Human connection cannot be automated. And it is not a shortcut around thinking. Critical thinking and expertise remain essential. This is not something that you're going to pull out in the middle of a fire drill and say, hey, Chat GPT, what would you do in this situation? I'm faced with 105 students who are locked in the bit. No, you're going to use your professional judgment in that moment to ensure that you're making the right call because at the end of the day, you are the right person for the job. So, who is this for? Who is this information for? AI can support every role in K-12 education. The key is understanding how it serves your unique responsibilities, challenges, and goals. So you want to take a look at who are the people that you're serving. Are you serving in a rural context? Are you serving in an urban context? Private school, charter school, kindergarten, 12th grade? What is the context? How are the students acclimated in your class? How is the support staff functioning at your at particular school? How many assistant principals do you have? And what working functions are they responsible for? Primarily coaching, observation, feedback, and operational systems. AI can support that. Principles. You establishing your vision for communication, data analysis, and professional development. What does that look like? And five, even at the district level. Is it providing professional development, policy development, curriculum alignment, systematic planning? How are you organizing this information to ensure that it's being facilitated in the way that you need it to? AI for classroom teachers. AI can help do the following things. It can help draft lesson plans that are aligned to standards and learning objectives. It could differentiate instruction for diverse learners, create small group activities and station rotations. It could even generate exemplar rubrics and feedback models for supporting your students to help them achieve at high levels. It could also develop scaffold materials for language learners for students with disabilities. It could help scaffold that information at a moment's notice to support you in reaching that student's learning ability. Teachers still, at the end of the day, you know your students' strengths, need, and interests. It gives you a chance to make moment to moment instructional decisions, but also you are the one who builds those relationships and foster belonging and growth within that classroom. And also, assess the understanding behind the data, right? You're the only person who's going to know what's in that backpack before it comes into your room because they're carrying way more than just a pencil or, the materials for the day. They carry in their personality, that day-to-day interaction that they've had prior to even coming into your classroom. You will be able to read that. So your professional judgment is still at play. Teacher prompt example. I am planning a fifth grade science unit on ecosystem. Can you help me design a 3-week plan aligned to the NGSS standards that include hands-on investigations, literacy integration, and differentiated supports for students reading below grade level? This information here provides you a scope of what a teacher prompt example could be. In your particular context, I want you to think of 2 or 3 ways that you could improve this prompt. The goal is not efficiency or efficiency's sake. The goal is to reclaim time for what truly matters most: responsive teaching, meaningful feedback, and the kinds of interaction that changes lives. So looking here, I can think of a couple of different ways that I could improve it as a teacher, right? I can name out how many students that I have in my classroom, right? Without giving away too much information. I could say I have X amount of students who have IEPs or have certain learning disabilities, right? And this will help when it comes to those hands-on investigation, whether that literacy integration, it will help differentiate that lesson just a little bit more in regards to my supporting of students reading below grade level. It's going to enhance that feature. And this is utilizing ChatGPT. AI support for staff, AI for support staff members. So what does this look like in essence of those who work in this role? This role can be the front office staff, clerks. It could be your EIP teachers. It could be your interventionists. It could be your, some call them academic coaches, anyone who supports the overall goal of student success while also maintaining that cohesion in regards to community outreach. So it could be intervention planning to help strengthen those students who need support in small skills. It could be data summaries that helps you synthesize assessments to identify trends and potential next steps. It could be resource organization where you catalog and tag materials so that you can easily go and gain those resources. It can also be family communication, right? Drafting letters, emails, updates in multiple different languages. See, AI assists with preparations while humans provide care, context, and personal connection. This is where your strength lies in regards to being a support staff member. Now, here's a prompt that could be utilized to help organize some of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. I need to write a progress summary for an IEP meeting. The student has shown growth in reading fluency but continues to struggle with comprehension. Can you help me draft a parent-friendly summary that highlights progress, identifies needs and areas, and suggests next steps? So, here is very thorough in regards to what it is that this person is needing, right? There are other variables that you could add to enhance this. I want you to think about what are some things and drop them within the comments. What are some things that could help you strengthen what this staff support prompt is posted? And you want to think about how could AI reduce preparation time without reducing that personal connection? Support staff are often to bridge between the classroom instruction and the individualized service. AI can help handle logistical and administrative tasks while also freeing staff to focus on relationship building, direct support, and collaborative problem solving with families and or teachers. AI for assistant principals. What can this tool be utilized for to support APs in this position? One, can help with drafting observational feedback. AI can help organize notes and suggest developmental next steps based on their instructional framework. Behavior reflection questions generate restorative prompts that help students process decisions and develop self-awareness. Organize schedules and systems. This could help streamline master schedules, duty rosters, and meeting coordination. And lastly, it can help draft parent communication, create first drafts of letters, emails, and updates for personalized and send. Now, notice it says draft. That means that you're going back and you're reviewing everything that you've done, right? We're not doing anything that's going to be general. It has to be personalized for that particular individual. See, the results from this is less time writing, more time coaching. The idea is to spend more time facilitating the supports rather than the actual message itself. Assistant principals can focus on instructional leadership, they can focus on staff development, and building a positive school culture. Assistant principal prompt. I've observed a third grade math lesson. The teacher did a great job of questioning strategies and student engagement, but I noticed some students weren't accessing the visual models. Can you help me draft feedback that celebrates strengths and offers a specific actionable next step around differentiation? What this prompt does is strategically supports the third grade math teacher and providing actionable next steps around supporting their teachers, even supporting their students far more than what the classroom setting has already done so. It's just as adding supports engaging items that drive student engagement. Reflection question. What leadership tasks could you utilize without removing your voice, values, or your vision? I want you to think of some ways that you could use AI that could support the role that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Your voice matters. AI can help communicate more frequently and consistently, but the tone, your priorities, and the relationships remain authentically yours. The goal is to amplify your leadership, not automate it. AI for principals, leading, building leaders. What does this look like for you? AI can support principals with one, staff communication drafts, weekly updates, memos, vision aligned messaging can help you stay aligned to the message and the tone of the delivery that you have. It can also provide school-wide data analysis. That's right. It can help identify patterns in attendance and achievement and climate data. How are your students doing utilizing this particular, let's say that you have a particular app and you want to see how are students performing who are not utilizing it as much as they need to. It can be based around professional development planning, designing professional agendas, activities and follow-up supports for those who got it and those who did not understand it, right? It could provide supports based around so many different variables and improvement planning, helping you organize your goals, your action steps, and it can help with the progress monitoring of those particular structures. Principal prompt. I need to write a weekly staff memo that celebrates wins from the week, strong parent turnout at conferences, successful book fair, positive behavior data, remind staff of upcoming deadlines like report cards, IEP meetings, and reinforce our school's focus on culturally responsive teaching. The tone should be warm, appreciative, and action oriented. Keep it under 300 words. Perfect, right? This task on a general basis could take up to 30 minutes, 35 minutes, depending on who the principal is, who's the building leader. Exercising this, inserting the information in regards to who did what could help format this, organize it, and clear it without any grammatical error. Now, the thing is, at the end of all of this, you still review it. So, in this question, how can AI support my vision without replacing my judgment? Remember, your vision is shaped by your years of experience, deep knowledge of the community, and a personal commitment to equity and excellence. AI can help you articulate what that vision is more clearly. Your vision is shaped by your years of experience and deep knowledge of the community and personal commitment to equity and excellence. AI can help you articulate that vision more clearly, communicate it more consistently, and monitor the progress more effectively. But it will never replace the strategic thinking and moral clarity that you bring as a leader. AI for district personnel. This is the big one, right? These are critical when it comes in terms of school-wide, district-wide leadership, right? This is um, the landscape in which you provide the scope of the entire district. Where do you want your schools to head? What direction do you want your schools to go in? Right? And this helps frame the idea of the vision that you have. District policies and guidance. It can help you create first draft of board policies, handbooks, and procedural documents aligned to state and federal requirements. Two, it can align curriculum and initiatives. It can help map out the standards, analyze scope and sequence, and ensure vertical alignment across grade levels. Three, it can help you analyze trends across schools, right? When you have multiple schools, I know some districts have hundreds of schools, and with the at that capacity, you want to understand how is every school pairing towards the standards that you've set for the district. What does that look like? Allow AI to help generate information to support you in reading those trends to provide actionable next steps. And lastly, design professional learning around those supports. Develop training modules, coaching resources, and implementing guides. Again, designing professional learning, which develops training modules, coaching resources, and implementation guides. See, the advantage here is consistency with flexibility. District leaders can maintain coherence across the schools while also honoring site-based decision making and local context. Every school is different. Every leadership team is different. The support staff is different. The students are different. But we want to make sure that our message is in alignment for achievement. So, district prompt. Our district is rolling out a new K-5 literacy curriculum next year. Create a professional learning plan that includes 3 full-day training sessions for teachers, monthly follow-up coaching cycles, principal walkthroughs, guide aligned to the new model, and family communication material explaining the changes. The plan should phase over 18 months and include measures to monitor fidelity of implementation. This gives you a complete scope of what you're trying to do as an entire district. It's going to provide so many different variables, right? You can add how many schools that you're trying to support, what's the number of staff members that you're trying to support, what levels are you trying to support, whether it's elementary schools, middle schools, or high schools. But what this can do is provide you support with scale without losing your local context. District leaders operate at an intersection of systems and people. AI can help manage the complexity and ensure equity and maintain quality at that scale, while still honoring the unique needs, cultures, and strengths of individual schools and communities. The challenge is to stay the challenge is to standardize the non-negotiables, the equity, the safety, the instructional quality, while also personalizing the pathways, the implementation, the strategies, the professional learning. What do those resource allocations look like for your particular context? Ethical non-negotiables. No matter your role or how you choose to use AI, these principles are non-negotiable. That's right. AI should never store identifiable student data, protect students' privacy. Two, should preserve human judgment. AI should never make disciplinary or placement or evaluative decisions about students and or staff. Require human review. All AI generated content must be reviewed, edited, and approved before professional use. And lastly, maintain transparency. Ethics are not optional. They are the foundation of responsible AI integration in education. So the misconceptions. Misconceptions are that AI is cheating, that AI will replace teachers. But the truth is, it's like a calculator, it's like a spell checker or a search engine. What matters is how we use it and why we use it. And when we're supporting learning rather than bypassing it, AI can help deepen that understanding while also saving time for higher order thinking. Teaching is a fundamental relation. AI cannot build trust, it cannot be the room, it cannot adapt in real time, inspire the love of learning, create those one-on-one moments with your students. It cannot do those things. And so at this point, you do not need to be a tech expert. You just need to know how to utilize AI effectively. You can create clarity on your goals, the willingness to experiment, and to access role appropriate professional learning for your students or staff. Leadership defines AI's impact, not the technology itself. So, building AI capacity. What we want to do is look at it and take our approach in three different phases. We want to, one, make sure that we have an awareness of it, right? We have to identify that it's being done and it's being utilized, and what space and context is it being utilized. And two, what is the application? What is the application to how I'm utilizing this tool and the alignment? What is the end goal? What is the goal that I'm trying to reach? What is the pathway in which I'm going to take to adopt this resource to align my practices to my goals? Because we know AI and anything that you're utilizing, right? If you don't have an alignment, what it does is create confusion. We want to be as clear as possible. So before our next session, I want you to choose one area in which AI can support the task that you're experimenting with this month. So anything that you're trying to do, if you're trying to enhance your just to organize your thoughts, right? Whatever that is in which AI can support you, I want you to think of one area. Also, put it in the chat, put it in the comments below. What is something that you're focused on that could support you to be a better educator in whatever space that you're holding? Again, the big part of this is to support you in your respective roles. We want to reduce burnout, we want to support equity, and we want to strengthen instruction, but also prepare teachers and students for the future. Thank you. And if I can support you in any way, in any capacity in which you have, whether it's on a personal level, whether it's on a school-wide level, please do not hesitate to reach out. I support you in role-specific workshop, leadership coaching, school and district professional development, and strategic consultation. So let's remember, let's build AI systems that serve people and not replace them. As we close, I want to bring back one core idea. AI is a tool and you are the expert. Your next step is not to master AI or adopt everything all at once. Your next step is to choose one task that AI can support so you can reinvest your time in relationships, instruction, and leadership. If we bring AI systems intentionally, ethically, with people at the center, we don't lose what makes education powerful. We strengthen it. Let's build AI systems that serve people, not replace them. Thank you guys. Thank you for the conversation. Don't forget to type down in the message in the comments what is something that you're going to be working on for our next session. Until our next session, until then, don't hesitate to reach out. See you soon.